Hello, welcome to Joos. My name's John McDonald, and today I want to make an arrangement using an absolute bargain that I got at a market, an outdoor market. So really it's a kind of market that has lots of different things, so like street food and containers, vases, antiques, a real mix. And I spotted this vase and I just thought, I absolutely love the simplicity of it, but also it's just really stylish. So I know it's a little bit retro, but it's just a beautiful vase. So before we make our design today, I just want to mention our sponsor for today's video, which is Mahi, which are the people who make leather goods. Now, I'm wearing one of their aprons. Now, years ago when I had my shop, I used to try and wear an apron all the time because ultimately you want to protect your clothes. So if you're only doing an occasional little bit of flower arranging, then maybe you don't want to invest in a heavy duty apron. But long term, something that's got a little bit of strength like leather is really just going to see you through for years and years. And you can do, or you can buy like a shorter version, more like a hairdresser's version. So the details for Mahi are in our description for this video. So if you click on there, you can have a wee look. They also do lots of other leather goods as well. So have a little look. You might want to treat yourself to a handbag. But from our point of view, a practical apron is a really good thing to have. So back to our design, I've got my container and I've really been desperate to use it with something. And I did get given some nice roses that I've used in another design as well. But I went outside and just had a little look to see what sort of greenery I have. So this is January just now and we don't have a lot of things really. But I managed to get a little bit of different foliages. So we've got, well, from my house, a couple of aspidistra, a little bit of a mahonia, which is just beautiful actually, a couple of fatsias, a little bit of ivy, and a little bit of eleagnus as well. So we've got kind of wintry foliage going on. I've also got a bit of pine, but I think this is more than enough. So with this vase, first thing we want to do is put in some water. Now, a lot of our videos, we cover quite a range, so we can do videos that are floristry or for the home. This is really an ideal sort of, hopefully get you inspired to make something in your own home. And we kind of think, oh, flowers are expensive. How do I go about it? Well, you're bound to have a container that you love. You're bound to have access to some materials, even if it's a house plant. There's always something you can do. So for this design, we've got our water in our dish, and really it's going to be the foliage that's going to create the framework for us to put our flowers in. So the first thing I want to do then is just pop in a couple of leaves. And as you're putting things in, if you cut the stems, that is really a good way to do it. And this is the problem with vases, is that things tend to move around and twist and they don't sit the way you want. And then you go, oh, so annoying. How am I going to fix it? The trick is just wait until you've got a little bit more material actually into the container. Because what you'll probably find is that, like it just did there, it'll now sit and it just needs that little bit of volume to give you that key or that base. So don't worry if things move around. Ultimately, when you've made your arrangement, you're going to do a final check of how everything's sitting, and that's when you can decide, is there a problem or do I need to adjust anything? Another good way to think of things, and maybe the best way to describe it, is to put things in groups. So we've got our two aspidistra here, we've got our two fatsia here, we've got just this foliage here. This creates a group in itself. And that is a really good way of doing things. If you think about doing 1, 2, 3 and make 3 sections with material, that gives you a nice base to work in with the flowers. So let's just add our roses. And these are just beautiful. I'm afraid I don't know the name. I actually go to a flower class for Ikebana, and this was the materials that we were using in that class. So for all I made an Ikebana design with it, I quite want to use them with a little bit more material into my pot that I've been dying to use. I think I'm turning into a little bit of a potaholic, and not the pot you might be thinking, but more ceramics. So we're just going to stage these into here. I don't want it to look too formal or kind of looking a bit contrived. I want it to look a little bit like we've just popped them in a pot. But also, what's nice about this is it kind of works from all round. We can actually put a little, just by piercing through, we can put a little bit of a twist into that. And if you just use your finger as well, you can create a little bit of a bend into things. Yeah, I think this is nice. So we've got a nice pot with a nicely proportioned arrangement. We've added interest by using a range of different materials, and really this gives us a backdrop and a framework to not only hold, but to showcase our main flower, or our only flower in this case, which is the roses. And I think the roses are just so nice that it's quite nice to give them center stage and not worry about there being other flowers or other means with it. The other good thing about using a container like this is we've not used any foam. So this is really an environmentally friendly way to make a design that you can enjoy in your own home. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have a wee click on the apron place, because their stuff is really, really nice. And we've got a new video every week. We try and put out a new design. So we hope that you enjoyed this week's video and that you'll join us again next week for another flower video. So take care everyone, and we'll see you soon.